Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review. This is episode number 7. Yep. This is I'm viewing the 57th episode of the anime with Infiltration, and I'm also going to talk about the 180 episode of the manga, and 80 episode 100 chapter manga, Sharpened. Yep. This episode pretty much is adapted from chapter 80 to 3. Well, I can tell it's like it's finishing up adapting 82 and just pretty much adapting the entirety of 83. What exactly happens in this episode? It pretty much picks up right where last week's episode left off. It seems like last week they only adapted like maybe about 3 or 4 pages. Yeah, it's weird though. This is probably the first time since chapter 10 that it's taken more than 1 or 2 episodes to adapt one chapter. This one was adapted into 3 episodes. I mean, what the heck was this? This is so ridiculous. But yeah. They have Noel and Pharaoh talking to Fezrel, his wife, and one of his students, who's actually with them, to talk about a heal for Asha's arms. And Doma, that's her name, discusses a possibility. Go to the Witch's Forest. So, the 5 of them, who they also drag along Asha, they go back to Black Boy headquarters, drag along Asha, and they go straight to Witch's Forest. And of course, before they get to the forest, Doma reveals that she basically made up 2 cloaks to basically get them past it hides their magic. And Asha points out, hey, I have no magic, so they won't detect me. Yep, so they get in there, everything goes smoothly fine, despite the fact she only made 2 cloaks and it's very cramped, so all the girls get under one cloak and all the guys get under one other one. And then everything goes fine until, well, of course, they also come across this golem. This tiny and cute little thing also acts as a security sentry. So, yeah, if they detect anybody who's not a resident of the forest, they go like crazy. Oh, yeah, and you do see them go off in this episode. Oh, yes, because Federal gets his cloak caught on a branch. So it slips up, and somehow he gets stripped down to his underwear. At least he's not butt naked. Also, before he gets to the forest, for like the seems like the second episode in a row, he gets the crap beaten out by his own wife. Well, she basically punched in the face, though this time was because of a comment that he made, not due to leaving her alone for a while. That was the first time. Second time was due to him walking around butt naked for no reason. Yep. So they get there and then they basically fly around trying to avoid the golems, and they crash into the queen's house, which basically is a wooden house anyways. Of course, before we get to all that, before all that happened, Vanessa arrived there, and she basically made a bargain to teach her to basically have her stay in exchange for teaching her displacement. Though she actually does leave the group later on anyway, goes with him, because something else really big happens. By the time they finally break into the place, the queen of witches, who by far is a terrible person, she's a jerk. She basically just plows right through a woman she's basically raises her own daughter, steps on her, and Asha's like, get your foot off her. Yes, that is kind of what he says. Get your foot off her. And of course, try to attack her, goes block. They try several times to attack her, and then another alert goes off. Something is coming. What is coming? The Eye of the Midnight Sun has begun their invasion of the Witch's Forest. Yep, though also the Diamond Kingdom gets involved as well because they're nearby. Yeah, they actually sort of set this up a bit earlier when they have one of the members of the Third Eye, the female who's actually from the Diamond Kingdom. They have her basically say, oh yeah, she says she hates all humans, so let's go and just attack the Witch's Forest for like no reason. Well, let's just set a good chunk of the forest to attack this forest. Boy, that's gonna bite him in the butt a few episodes later. Yeah, because I know what happens next. I'm not gonna spoil it here. I'm just gonna wait until see what happens. But yeah, this arc is going a bit slow, but I kind of get the reason why they're going a bit slow with this arc, because they don't want to adapt the manga too quickly. Because at this point, they just adapted chapter 83. They're exactly like 97 chapters behind the manga. But this overall was a fantastic episode. Now let's talk about the newest chapter of the manga. Yeah, and I just noticed though about this particular series, of all the series I read, this is one of three that's gonna hit a really big number next year. Yeah, this is gonna hit 200. Yeah, this is gonna hit 200. Trying to think, what was the other ones? Hunter x Hunter is gonna hit 400 next year. That's provided the fact that it's not going on a hiatus again. I hope to God no. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's also Seven Deadly Sin. That's gonna hit 300 next year. So this year was only 2 series I read. Next year is gonna be 3. But who knows about the following year? So the chapter starts off kind of where they picked up last chapter. We have Fenrir's younger brother who's become possessed by elf magic, and of course he's trying to take on him while one of their subordinates is trying to take him on. Of course, Yumi shows up in this chapter. Yeah, don't underestimate. He says something like, "Don't underestimate smugglers." And of course, what is this place they're at? They're at Fenrir's like home, his childhood home, and basically the reason why they're there because his brother is attacking the place. So yeah, he makes a promise to his mother. Promises his mother he will return with Lingers as well. I think this guy's supposed to be his father. He's basically kind of weird, collapsing over. And of course, you have Fenrir still possessed by elf magic, basically going a tear against his own brother. Well, actually, this is against Jack the Ripper. And I think from what I can tell, he's named after the actual Jack the Ripper, the one who struck London back in the 1890s. Yeah, of course, Jack the Ripper takes on him. I don't think he's possessed by elf magic. No, he's just simply just attacking somebody who just has elf magic. And of course, Fenrir is basically just using because he's all possessed by elf magic. So he takes the fight to him. Yumi just basically takes out his sword, slices at Legros, that's Pharaoh's younger brother, slices him, doesn't do much to him. Jack the Ripper does something, does a little bit of damage to him. He's gonna use his death slice to slice his spiritual magic to pieces. Kind of works. And Pharaoh's like, my magic can't defeat him. It's useless, get out. And then of course you have Fenrir, and you have Yumi and Jack the Ripper coming straight after him. And the chapter ends with, my friends and I will save you. Yeah, pretty interesting little chapter. I personally would love it whenever the anime gets this particular far. My guess is it probably won't get this far. This is just my personal theory. Probably not until sometime, maybe next year, maybe 2020. This is actually a pretty good chapter. Not bad. I mean, most of this chapter is just lots of action. Not much for dialogue. There's some dialogue here and there, but mostly it's all about action. Still advancing this really long arc, which, as of this chapter, this arc has officially been going on now for at least I'd say about 48 chapters. Yeah, this is going for almost an entire year. Who knows when this arc is going to wrap up, but it's going to be a while. And what arc does it do right now? Right now it's Witch's Forest arc, and I think this arc might last for a good maybe 10 more episodes at the rate they're going. Yeah, 10, maybe 12 episodes. Could be as far as 15. Yeah, but this anime loves dragging out arcs. Like dragging out how many chapters they can have per episode. But yeah, I'm thinking that probably that the next episode, I was hoping this one would just cover chapters 83, 85. Just finish up 82, 83. My guess is next week's episode will probably cover 84, 85, and maybe 86. It just depends on what the anime wants to do when it comes to that. Yeah, otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my reviews of Boruto, Seven Deadly Sins, and Ace Attorney. Yep, Ace Attorney I'm going to do next, right after I put this video up. Okay? And I'll do my video for that, and of course I'll do the manga reviews for the 2 books. Okay? But this next review. Bye.